everyone, this is Help with Data Analytics 3. Just want to do a quick update and a quick video for those who need some help. Let's talk about taking a random sample. Of course, you can ask AI to do this, but why not do it ourselves? So to take the random sample right here, notice we only have demand, weekday part, weather, high walk-up demand. So what you can do is you can go into here, and you've got demand, weekday part, and then weather, high walk-up demand. So we're going to go... Weather, walk-up demand. So let's go and delete these. I'm holding shift, deleting out those columns. And then next, we have high walk-up demand, I think, which is right there. So you see high walk-up demand. And I think that does it. We're just going to delete this column here by right-clicking. And then we're going to delete out all these other quantitative numbers except for the random number, just holding shift and deleting. So we now have just the variables we want. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here's the 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's the 5 over there. Did I do it correct? Demand. Let's see. There's demand. I feel like I have one more variable. Day. We don't need day, so we're going to click here and go delete and remove day. So we've got it removed. We have just what we need. And we'll see if anyone's in the chat right here. I just doing this random stream. We'll see if anyone's in the chat right here. Oh my gosh, probably an echo on that. Okay. Oh, thank you so much right there. SG in the chat. Susie. Oh, it's Colin. Of course it's Colin. I know. I should have known that. Thank you, Colin. Helping out some students with this right here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take the random sample. To take the random sample, we're going to go in here. Yeah, task 3, we're about to do that. We only have a few moments, but check it out. We're going to do the full thing. Oh, so good to see you there. And we're going to do equals rand. And we're going to click inside of here and close the function to get a random number. Then we're going to click here and double click and get all the random numbers. Now click column F, hit Control C, and then right click to paste and paste special values. I'll pause on this. So you want to copy and then paste the random numbers, and then it turns them into static numbers. We're then going to click the top of the column, go to Data, and Sort, and now we've sorted the numbers. And we have our random sample. Click on row 2, and scroll all the way down to row 101, hold shift, Control C, and then click in here, inside your random sheet, click row 2, Control V. And that should do it. You don't need the random numbers anymore, but this is your sample of 101. If you need to screenshot it, I don't think the assignment says, maybe it does, double check your assignments, check your rubric, but that's how you take the random sample. Let's do the next task right here, make the next graphic. We're gonna go quickly and efficiently. So this is Data Analytics 3. And this is going to be the stacked bar chart. So I'm going to do one slightly different. I believe you're doing the weak part and high walk-up demand right here. And I'm going to do one slightly different, but let's see what we get. Click inside of here and click Control A. Make sure you're using your random sample, Control or Command A. Now you're going to go to Insert, Pivot Table. Insert, Pivot Table. Click OK. You can now grab the variables you need by going over here. Make sure you pick the ones your assignment says and put them in the correct spots. I'm going to choose the weather, put it in rows. I'm going to choose the weekday part, put it here. Make sure you pick. I got to put the sign up. This is Brian's not doing your exact work. But make sure you put your variables, and you should get something that looks something like this right here. Not perfectly. Yours could be a little bit different, but you should get some counts right there. Now that you have a contingency table, go ahead and hit Pivot Chart. Now you're going to click, and on a Mac, I'll show you how to do it on a Mac because the Mac's not going to look the same. I'm going to click this one and click OK. Mine looks different than yours. That's the way it should be. On the Mac, I don't think it automatically brings that up. On the Mac, you're going to have to go here to Design and go to Change Chart Type. So that's where you can find it on a Mac. We were just working with a Mac a moment ago. You'll go to Chart Type. Now, there's one error I made, and I hate it when students lose points because Brian didn't do something perfectly. We need to, and this is why I've updated this video now, go over here to the data labels, and we want to do the percentages. I might even cheat and look at the assignment where it says how to get the percentages because I didn't do the percentages. I just did the counts. And then I found the percentages. So I was like, oh no, you're welcome, Jason. Yeah, you're welcome. Hey, thank you for being, oh, I can't even, Mubot's not even awake. Is he awake? Here, well, let's just do a test. We'll throw Mubot some points. I'm so glad these are helping you out. And I hate it when I make any sort of error. There's just the smallest error I made, and I didn't put the percentages. You can see right here in the example graphic, it has the percentages, and right here, build the, we should be able to add the percentages. This is the one error I made, one error. To add in the percentages, we're going to go to add chart element, and we're going to go to data labels, and we can put them inside right here. And I guess we need to format them, but I went and changed the color by clicking them and changing them to white. It's easier to see. You can increase font twice if you want, and 2 increase the fonts. And we should be able to turn them into percentages. That's the one error. The one error. How do I do it? How do I do it? Let's see. Does it not say? 100% stacked column chart. So I did pick the wrong chart. Use count ID values. That's fine. Use weekday parts. We did all that. How do I create... Was it just change the chart type? These are not going to... Those are just 3D it. That's at 100%. That's the one we have. And then I want to change these. I'd hate to do it by hand and find them all. And how do I change? How do I change the counts in a stacked bar chart in Excel with pivot chart from counts to percentages out of 100%? Okay, let's see here. Ah, yes. Classic Excel move. Thank you. Click anywhere inside your pivot chart, your pivot table, not the pivot chart. Okay, click inside here. And then inside the pivot table, go to the values, the value field setting. I know that. Value field setting. Okay. And under the value field setting, okay. Click the value field setting. And then it says show values as. Oh. Percent of the row, I believe we want. Let's see. That's right. Wow, look at that. Okay, okay. So there it is. There's the steps. It's under the value field setting. So the value field setting right here, which I knew existed, you want to go there and go to the show value as. Make sure to go to percent of row, which is going across here within the rain, no rain. You're welcome, Jonan. Yay! Thank you for, yeah, of course. That's why I want to help people out with this. And then you're just going to go ahead and label it, and you can see the percentages now. Once again, I'm not doing exactly your work, but this is how to make the graphic. Good stuff with that graphic right here. So that has the graphic. Make sure to add in your labels. You can go right here and go to the add chart elements, add in your axis labels, add in all this stuff to make it all pretty right there. But I forgot to do this. I'll probably send an announcement that the value field setting, you need to click that. You need to click that. Power BI trying to code and join new data sets. Yeah, no, we're teaching Tableau and we're joining data sets. We're merging. I'm going to be doing that in about 10 minutes. So that's that graphic. Make sure to add in a chart title, read over your instructions, but this basically has it. You just got to make it look all pretty right now. And that's got our first graphic. Let's go ahead and get the second graphic done here. Thank you everyone for all the positivity. I'm usually running around like a crazier than I usually am. Data Analytics 3. And now we're going to do the side-by-side box plots. And good to see Colin here, one of our amazing Haslam alumni. So shout-outs, Colin. We are a big fan. You know that. So here's how we do these side-by-side box plots. I'm going to do the high walk-up demand versus demand right here. So to do this, I'm going to create a variable here called no and a variable called yes. So I'm just at the very top of the screen creating a no and yes. Now I'm going to click here and go to the data and go to sort. Yes came up first, so I'm going to go to the very first demand here and scroll down. When I see yes and, remember I only have 100 observations, or wait a minute, that's not my random sample. Use your random sample. So make your yes, make your no, and sort the data that you're trying to organize. So there's my yeses. Make sure to use your random sample. Now we're going to click the first one again, now that we are using our random sample, and notice the yeses end here. Hold Shift and click. Control C or Command C to copy. Scroll to the top and click inside of here. Now Control V or Command V. Do the same thing for the nose, where the nose begin, click one time, then scroll down, hold Shift, and then Control or Command C to copy, scroll to the top, and then click inside, and Control or Command V to paste. So now we have both of our vectors of data. We need two quantitative vectors to make side-by-side box plots. We're going to click the column H and then hold Shift and click the column I. Now we're going to go to Insert and go to the drop-down. Yeah, here, I'll show you again real quick here in a moment. Thank you, Osa, for asking. And now we're going to go here and do a side-by-side box plot under the histogram. And that makes it. We can add in the data labels by adding in chart elements, such as the data labels right here to the right, and we can change the way they look with colors and stuff like that. So it has the mean and all these other things. And this time I don't have outliers. You can also change the way this is oriented right here. They're basically on top of each other. You can edit the font right there, edit the font from a data label. Text options, where is it? I found it yesterday, the number. So I can change this to a decimal, a number with 0 decimals. And then you can change the color on it or whatever you want. And I would probably do that for this one, just this one. I would change the color, making it easier to see like that. And then number, go right here, and number, change to that. You could go 2 decimals, 0 decimals, whatever you like. And if you want for consistency, turning this one, oh, we don't want to do that. You have to click it twice. You click it one time and click it again. And there, right there. So that looks pretty good. Add in your data labels and all that stuff. So let me repeat the process right here again. What you want to do is on your data sheet, you want to first start out by going and creating the 2 columns for the side-by-side box plots you want. I'm doing high walk-up demand, so I'll create a yes, and then I'll create a no. Now you want to click the column that you're going to use and go to Data, and then Sort the data. Click Sort. Now you're going to go to the very first observation for the quantitative data in the yes group and scroll down. Once you see the yes group end, hold Shift and click the last observation. You've now selected all of it. Hit Control C or Command C to copy, then click inside of the very top row 2 and hit Control or Command V to paste. Now scroll down to where the nose begin and click the first quantitative variable where the nose begin. Scroll down, and then when the nose end, hold Shift and click the bottom one. Hit Control or Command C and scroll back up. Now go ahead and drop that into the no column by hitting Control or Command V. You now have 2 quantitative vectors. Hold or click H and then hold Shift and click I. Go to Insert and insert under the histogram side-by-side box plots. You can then add the chart elements by going over here and adding things like axis titles and all that good stuff. Oh, so did this help out right here? Oh, I think I removed axes. I want my axes. I want to add in axis titles. But I hope this helped out. You want to label these things. I keep removing the axes. Why am I doing that? What am I doing? Why am I here? You want to put these in, put axis titles in. It won't sort. Make sure to click on the E and then go to data, and don't use the sort button. I don't like using thing right there, and it looks like we disconnected. I do have to go in a moment, but try using this or send me a screenshot. But try using this button right here. You want to use this button right here. Don't use the sort. The sort makes it overly complicated. Not a big fan of that sort button. Just click on the top of the column and then click the sort button there and hit sort, and it'll do it for you. Did that help out Osa right there? I hope so. Let me know. Send me an email if not, because I've got class in 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Well, I'm going to send this out. There's me talking in the background. I'm going to say update for data analytics. Announcement. Data analytics 3 update. Check your graphic. For the second graphic, make sure it has percentages. I show how to do it today in this video. That almost passed our homework. Well, with that, I have 4 minutes to run down to Haslam. Bye for now, everyone. Bye.